a beautiful Thursday evening. Corporal has moved into Corporal's Palace, as it's been named. And I think he absolutely loves it. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat your dinner while looking at views like that? I mean, it's pretty dreamy. He's checked it all out. He's been in his turnout, like in his indoor area. He's given it all a good sniff. Sienna has moved into Corporal's stable, and she actually has surprised me. So far, so good. Now, I'm not, this could all change with Sienna, but she seems quite happy so far. She's looked out the window. She can see him there. They've had a little sniff through the window, which is really cute. And she can see the majority of him most of the time. He's already, which is where I knew he'd stand, stood in his indoor bit with his head just poking outside, which is, I knew is how he'd like to stand. So yeah, he's moved in. I kind of didn't know it was going to happen today. It's sort of just Corporal's old stable got all cleaned out. The mats were taken out. Everything's clean. And my dad just said, is it not the right time to put her Sienna into it since it was all clean? And I thought, actually, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. So yeah, so Corporal was out here, and I just think it's going to do all his allergies and his breathing the world of good being out in the fresh air all the time, especially when it comes to winter. Sienna has moved into Corpus. I'm going to probably take those down. I feel like Sienna's going to earn her own. God, sorry, I keep showing her rug and it's so embarrassing. Sienna is now in Corporal stable, so she's got, she has got a window in the back of her old stable, but you couldn't really see much from it, so she's now got all this, amazing views. Everyone's gone to the loo and their new slots, and we have to go and pick everything up, aren't we? But so far, you seem all right about it, which amazes me. I mean, she has got Arty next door, but that doesn't always mean anything with Sienna. And Arty has moved back to his original stable. So this is where Arty always used to be. So Arty is now in where Sienna was, which he loves because he's now got a normal sized door to get through. Because the reason he hated this stable was because he can fit through the door very well, because it's a bit small. So this is going to be the new storage area. So yeah, let's hope they're all okay tonight. I'm sure they'll be fine. There's Sienna behind bars. She can be a little chewy, so we're not giving her the chance to chew the wood around there. The great thing is that, when Corporal walks off to check out his surroundings, I mean, look at him. How lucky is this boy? He deserves it. He's the best. Sienna has a choice between Arty or Corporal, so she can pick and choose who she wants to look at. But Sienna, like I say, has not really had much of a view before, so I think she's going to really enjoy the fact that she's got that window and that lovely new window to the side. Lucky girl. It's Andy? Yeah? I do an arts update on his Fat to Fit. I think he's looking better. Now, this is having been in for the night, so obviously this is his slimmest that he looks. But I think he's looking good. He's definitely doing better. He's dropped a little bit of weight. He just doesn't look so beefy. Of course he chooses now to itch. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. I'm going to just measure him, my way of measuring, with weight tape and just see. But I can already see from that he's looking pretty slim this morning, which I'm very excited. I say slim. I say that lightly. But But yeah, I just think he looks better. I mean, still no sign of those ribs. They must be in there somewhere. But he doesn't seem to have those massive fat pads that he had, and he just doesn't look so. I mean, look. I mean, this is how starved he is. I mean, I'm treating him so poorly, honestly. So he's still in the 600 zone, and this was actually, I measured him probably 2 days ago. See, now he's standing nicely. Look at that. Does that not look like a healthier horse? I'm chuffed with that. But there's still a bit further to go yet, but we are definitely in the right direction now. And look, he's actually lost quite a lot of weight. As I say, in my own measuring way with a weight tape. I'm not doing it the proper way. I'm just literally just wrapping it around him, reading whatever's on there. But it does the job. It tells you if he's lost weight or not. So we're down to the 600. So I'd like him in the kind of, I think if we could get him to like 580, I think we'd be doing pretty well then, because obviously, you know, he is nearly full Irish draft, so he's not designed to be a thoroughbred in look, but as I say, it would be nice just to see a glint of those ribs, and we're yet to get there. But look, that's not bad, is it? You're looking good, Arts. So we're going to do a fitness ride with Arts today. Excuse my stirrups, I've actually had to put a twist in one of them. They're awful stirrup leathers. I haven't got a hole punch at the moment. I really need new leathers, but it's just like another thing on the list of needing, so that's why I've got one stirrup swung over the saddle. So if I can find a picture, I'll put it on the screen. But years ago, when I was a teenager, I had another little Irish draft cross called Molly, who was a lovely little grey mare who I got as a teenager. She hadn't really done much, and you know when you're younger and you don't kind of realise what you're managing and achieving, well, we got her up to novice BE level, and it was sort of one of those things I just didn't take on board that actually what we were doing was really quite good. But like Arty, she was quite a heavy build, honest as anything, but she really struggled with the cross-country time. Like at novice, really struggled. I think I used to come home with like 20 time faults. And my mum was friends with a few eventers in our area, and they all said hill work would be the key for her. Obviously I was never going to get her fit enough to like get it clear within inside the time, but hill work really was the key. So I'm going to do a hill work session with Arts today. Oh, he's not going to be very happy about this. He would really like to go out in the field right now. I'm going to go and do a hill work. I'm going to bring you along and show you. I've got one ride that is kind of like the best ride for hills, because it's so up and down, and it is just, honestly, it really, I mean, variety is key with fitness. You know, schooling in the arena, schooling on the field, going cantering, hills, long hacks, all of it helps, but I just find hill work really is the one that kind of makes that big difference. So this is hill number 1, and this is the hill that I do most regularly with my horses. So this is the one that sorry about the wind in the background, and this is the one that I'll sometimes come and go up and down about 2 or 3 times with the horses. So this is the one that we do most of all, but we're going to go a little further afield. I have just downloaded Equilab, which I saw someone using the other day who I go and help, and it kind of tracks how far you go, how much you do in walk, trot and canter, how many transitions you do and all that. And anyway, I've downloaded the kind of 7-day free trial, so I'm really interested to see. Annoyingly, I didn't think to do it at the start of my ride. The second of our hills is coming up. This is just a little mini one, so it's not particularly difficult, but still it's a hill. It's always good to have a bit of a nose when you're out hacking, isn't it? There's some very nice houses around here. Quite like to canter on this verge. Cantering uphill would be even better for him. Stop pulling. Steady. In the distance there, it continues to climb up to those houses up there. So it's actually, that's quite a long hill up there. But I'm being nice to Arty today. I'm not making him do that. He's being a bit of a squealy girl, actually. Poor Jap. He's finding this too much, but hey, not too much fitness-wise, actually. He feels pretty good. He came up the hill well. He's just finding being on his own a little hard. Anyway, so beautiful around the back of it, even on a grey, drizzly day. It's so gorgeous, isn't it? We are speed walking back, you would see. I'm a bit behind the times here because I've never used Equilab before, and I know it kind of came out a few years ago now, but it made my hack more interesting. So my hack was an hour long. I didn't turn this on till about 15 minutes into my hack. I can't remember where it said how the distance I travelled, but anyway, it's really interesting to have the data when you get back from your ride. It's not completely accurate because it says I cantered, and I definitely didn't canter. I mean, Arty does walk very fast and trots fast. I liked this bit which showed the total climb. You can see how up and down my ride was, with all the hills I was going up and down. It's just nice to read back, isn't it? Really nice to have a look at the data from it. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he walks as fast as he does, you know. I just can't remember how many miles we did in the end. I think if I count the bit I missed off, I think it was heading between 4 and 5. And again, nice to see on the map back the little patches that I trotted. So the green is all walk, because like I say, the majority of the ride I did in walk. And then you can see there's a couple of areas of yellow where we had a little trot. So that made it a bit more interesting. And it all connected to my watch as well, which was great. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're doing all right with getting your horses fit and thinner and everything else under the sun with them. It is a bit of a struggle. I am now going to tidy up this mess. I didn't actually muck out first thing, so I'm going to get mucked out. Just looked at the weather, and actually tomorrow looks worse. Today now says it's not going to rain, so it's just going to be a bit grey and windy. So I'm now wondering whether I might have to ride the other two later, and then perhaps tomorrow, if it's going to be wet and horrible, I think it might be a job for tack cleaning, washing the brushes, that kind of day needs to be done. Anyway, I will see you guys again soon.